Hello and welcome to today's workshop on how the doTERRA business works. So today we're going to go through, here it is, the build guide, which is really just an overview of how you share oils and figuring out if you want to share oils, why you might want to, how you could create some either getting your oils for free or ongoing revenue. So that is what we're going to cover today. I'm going to give everybody a minute who's watching the live to get on and post their questions in the chat room. If you're watching this on YouTube, head over to my website, essentialenthusiasm.com/biz-overview. It's linked up in the YouTube description. That's where you're going to find the links to everything, the chat room, and I'm going to go live on Instagram. So let me pull up Instagram. And go live there. Set up that whole thing, and then we'll get started. My arm, can you guys see my arm in the video? Hey guys, and welcome. This is a workshop, a webinar, a information session about what is the doTERRA business model? How does it work? If you love your oils, how could you share oils and earn oils for free and also earn an income? I'm going to tell you a little bit about my business. We're going to go through this guide, which you can download at my site. I have a link to it. There are some worksheets for you to fill out to help you answer some questions about what you want to do in this business. I'm also going to pull it up and share my screen from it so we can all look at the same part. If you're watching on my site, there's a chat room below. If you're not watching on my site, go to my site, essentialenthusiasm.com/biz-overview. If you're watching this Instagram video or the YouTube video later, head there to get links to everything I mentioned. That build guide, anything else that I mentioned, I'll link up on that page. Just making sure my hair is not weird. And yeah, so let me open that in a new window. Get that ready for us, see if there are any questions, and then we will get started. Okay, so I'm closing all extra windows because they will just make my computer be really slow. All right. Okay, let's see. We still live? Yes, excellent. Okay, so hello, those of you who are watching, say hi in the chat room. If you are on my site, if you're not on my site, go to my site now. I'm gonna scooch you up to me. So I always like to start by telling you I am wearing Passion, which is what I do when I work. It's an emotional aromatherapy blend. It lifts your mood, helps you focus. It always makes me feel amazing. I often put it on my chest, over my heart, and then also on my wrist. I wear it like perfume kind of here too. And I am diffusing Motivate, which is my workday blend for getting things done. So it's a mix of clementine and peppermint. It is bright and cheerful, and it wakes you right up, gives me the right energy for doing this. I've also taken my Mito 2 Max today, which is key for having webinar levels energy. So how about you guys? What are you diffusing? What are you smelling? I want to know. Tell me in the chat. Yeah. Oh, and I have a plain LaCroix, which is just sparkling water. It's no sparkling water, no additions at all, but I've added 2 drops of grapefruit to it, and it's delicious. So my throat's a little sketchy, so I'm going to keep drinking throughout. All right, so what I want to talk to you guys today about, and what you all signed up to learn about, is a year ago, I started a second business. I have it always feels weird to say this, but I have a super successful first business at taraswiger.com, which includes a weekly podcast, 2 books that I've published, Map Your Business and Market Yourself, and classes and communities and teaching at conferences around the world, teaching creatives, makers, and artists how to build their business. We talk about profitability, we talk about marketing, we talk about creating a workday that works for you, and taking your goals and breaking them up into doable chunks. And that was doing awesome. I was spaced on the years. In 2016, it hit 6 figures. And in 2017, I was like, what do I do next? Do I write another book? So I submitted a book proposal to an agent who loved it and shopped it to publishers. And I was also doing tons of exploring about natural solutions for anxiety and depression. And a friend suggested the essential oils, and specifically doTERRA. We started talking about it. She has a, my mom is texting me. She always does during webinars. My friend, Leonie Dawson, I did a video with her. If you're watching this on Essential Enthusiasm, you can actually click in the navigation to why a doTERRA business. Like 6 months ago, we did a workshop where we talked about why we started second businesses. So she had $2 million brands and started a doTERRA business because she loved the products and loved the mission and loved the model so much. And so when she started talking to me about essential oils, she's like, I know you have a business. You might want to check out this business model. I know you like to work with small businesses and help them with their profitability and earn money doing something they love. This is another way to do that. So I looked tons into it, and I'm going to go over today what I found out about it and how it works. Because what I couldn't find when I was looking at the research is, what do you actually do? Like, what do you do? Because it is a company-based, the model is direct selling, which means instead of them selling their products wholesale to a retailer, a shop who marks it up 100%, which is the retail model, and then you go in and buy it, like you might buy a random oil from a health food store and get no education. They decided to go with a model where individual people like me would share essential oils with people who were interested in learning about natural solutions, but not just sell them the product, but actually educate them. Because essential oils are kind of weird. We don't know how to use them yet, right? So many of us are interested in natural solutions, but don't know what the steps are to actually use essential oils daily in our lives. So they use the model direct selling because you get education. You get somebody who is your person, who will answer your questions, who will help you figure out where are the resources to look it up, who will give you specifics like, I might be using essential oils for anxiety and depression. You might be using essential oils for your fibromyalgia or joint pain. And that is why the direct selling model is so awesome, because you get a human being who cares about you and who is their focus is education. So my focus is on education. And that is what we're going to talk about in a minute, how that business model actually works and how it could work for you if you're interested. This video is really great for people who already know and love their essential oils, or who are interested in natural solutions and are looking for another income stream in their business. So you do not have to set up a business to share these essential oils with people. We'll talk a little bit more about that, but you can. If you want a business, you can create a business. I was only going to invest my time and energy in something outside of my own personal use and telling my family if it was going to be a profitable business stream for me. And other people, though, love the oils and just share and get their oils for free. So we'll talk about how to do all that. So what we'll go over today is why I love this business model, why I chose to partner with doTERRA after doing a business where I didn't partner with anybody but myself and my closest friends, why I chose to partner with doTERRA and why you might choose that too, and then how the actual business works. What are the actual steps to building a business? I have a PDF here in front of me, but like I said, it's linked up on my site below this video. You can download it and open it. I'll also share the screen sometimes when I think that makes sense to do. We'll also talk about the income possibilities and how that works, how you get paid as soon as you share the oils. And then we'll talk about what you would want to do if we were doing this in person, which, by the way, this is exactly what I'm going to do today, is exactly what I do with people in real life when they're like, hey, I think I'm interested in sharing these oils with people. This is what I go over with them. We have this thing which like guides us through it. And then I ask them about what they're interested in doing. So we'll ask you, you can answer in the chat room or answer by sending me an email. And then we've got the very next steps for you to do. So that's what we'll go over today. Is there anything that you were hoping we would cover? Post that in the chat room now, and I'll make sure that we cover it. Let me go to the right place. Hey, Cece, I'm glad you're here. Glad everybody who's watching is here. Thanks, guys, for being here. Just checking to see if the Facebook event has questions on it. All right. I'm going to minimize that. So let's go to the guide. So first, why, what? How is this different from other business models you might be using and doing? And like, why might you want to consider earning money in this way? The first reason is financial freedom, which is a term that frankly always makes me roll my eyes. It sounds crazy. I know a bunch of people promise financial freedom and don't have a good way of it, like of actually delivering on it. And so let's talk about what I mean by financial freedom. So there's financial freedom of the level of earning enough money you don't have to worry about anything, or you don't have debt, or you own your house. I know that that is what I was working for in my first business, is earning enough that we could be out of debt, like including one day owning our house outright, owning our cars outright, student loans. And also there's financial freedom in what I have created in my business already, is that I can spend my days doing what I want to do within my business. It doesn't mean I don't work at all, but it means that I get to make a business and make a life and make my hours be spent doing what I want to do day to day. But then there's another level of financial freedom, which is that even if you stopped working, you stopped producing stuff, you would still be getting an income. So going to a day job is trading your time for money. And your only choices are to work more hours or convince your boss to pay you more. And that's it. But there's always someone else who's going to determine how much you're allowed to make, because you only have so many hours you want to spend at work in a week, right? And owning your own business, doing something like owning a handmade business, your limiting factor is how many of the products can you make and what will the market pay for them. So in my class, Pay Yourself, I work makers through doing that math. And some makers come to the conclusion that the product they're selling and what the market's willing to pay, they cannot possibly hit their financial freedom goals. And you're limited by the fact that you have to make and then actively sell the product to make any money. If you stop making your products, if you crochet hats and you stop crocheting hats, you're not gonna make any more money. It dries up. Now, that's like having your handmade business is 100 times better than being self-employed if what you're looking for is time freedom and you want to have that flexibility. And it's like 1,000,000 times better. And then in the info marketing world, which is like selling classes and books, which is what I do, you create the product once, and then every time you sell it, you continue to make money from it. Well, the problem with that is people say, oh, it's passive income. You'll write an ebook and you'll sell it forever, but it doesn't sell forever unless you do the work to sell it. So all of those income streams are like hauling buckets. You have to do the work to make the income. And there's a story that is in this workbook of a man who hauled buckets of water for a living. So every day he had to haul from the nearest source to his village miles away. And if he wanted to make money, he had to haul those buckets because he was trading his buckets for money. And after many years, he grew weary of hauling buckets. So he decided to use his spare time, nights and weekends, to build a pipeline from the nearest source of water to his village. He still hauled buckets during the day to make money, and he built a pipeline at night. When the pipeline was finished, he turned on the spigot and everything in his life changed. He created an unlimited supply of water and improved lifestyle for the villagers and himself, resulting in an abundant source. He didn't have to keep putting in the hours to keep bringing the water, right? So if he's selling water, he no longer had to carry the buckets. He could turn on the pipeline. So with doTERRA, you can choose to spend your time, your energy, and create financial freedom through building a lasting residual income pipeline. And how that works is that these are products. You are going to help people by educating them, purchase products, and they're going to continue to buy the products month after month. We're selling something that you use, right? Like I'm wearing Passion, I'm diffusing Motivate, I'm drinking grapefruit oil. So that I bought I have to replace, right? And I use the vitamins every month. A pack of vitamins is a 30-day supply, so I'm reordering those every 30 days. That's residual. That's continuing to sell something. So long after you share oils with say your mom. My mom absolutely loves the vitamins, the Lifelong Vitality Pack. Long after you share the Lifelong Vitality Pack with your parents and they love them and they take them every week, you're going to continue to earn a commission on those sales that will continue to be made long after you initially made it. So I want you to think in your own life, in your own business, are you hauling buckets? Are you trading hours for dollars or handmade products for dollars? Are you, do you have a limit on advancement or on your earnings, depending on where you're working? Do you have limited time freedom? Or are you building other people's dreams? Those are hauling buckets. Building a pipeline is true, lasting residual income. There's no limits on advancement or earnings. It's entirely up to you and the work you decide to put it in. You have freedom to choose your own schedule and you're building your own dreams. That's the difference. You're going to hear me talk about buckets and pipelines. That's where this model works for so many people, especially if you have kids at home, if you have some ongoing chronic illnesses or diseases. It can be really excellent to put in the work and continue to reap the reward. So why I decided, so that really appealed to me. I'll just be straight up honest. Like I have gotten into, my business gets into like a launching vortex time suck of like, if I don't launch something, it doesn't sell. So recently I've been talking a lot about my class, Pay Yourself, because tax season is coming up and people love the class. But if I don't talk about the class, it doesn't sell. I did all the work and all the energy and everything to put it together. And if I don't launch it, it doesn't sell. I was just talking to somebody the other night and she was like, she does in-person consulting. And she was telling me she wanted to move to online classes so it would just be residual income. And I was like, but it's not. You don't have to create the class new each time, but you have to sell it to each new person that buys it. You have to do the work of marketing it over and over and over. And it's not a thing that the same person will buy again and again. The way that essential oils and vitamins are something that you're going to purchase again and again. That's what we mean by residual. So the reason why I decided to partner with doTERRA and not some other company, or even decided to partner with a company at all, because I definitely didn't have to, was for a couple of reasons. The first is that their oils are the most tested and the most trusted. Not only are they the largest essential oil company in the world right now, but their level of testing and transparency is like what nobody else in the industry is doing. So the FDA doesn't regulate essential oils. The European Union regulates them a little more strictly. And so no one's there to make sure that your lavender essential oil is actually lavender essential oil. So several companies say that they do a bunch of testing, but doTERRA is the only one that actually publishes the results publicly. So they tell you the test that each batch of essential oil went through and how they passed the test. And obviously they don't buy or sell any oils that don't reach certain levels of standards. So that includes no fillers, no heavy metals, no additives. Oh, I said fillers. No cross-contamination. So no wheat or peanuts or anything you might possibly be allergic to. The oil that you get is 100% just that oil. There's nothing else in it except for what's on the label. So if it's lavender, it's 100% lavender. And then they also do another test where they test that there is enough chemical constituents in that oil to be effective. So we know that lemon oil needs to have a certain level of linalool and a couple other chemical constituents that make it really effective at the things that lemon does for us, how it interacts with us. And they test that it reaches those high levels of those active ingredients in that oil, that they're naturally occurring. They don't do anything to the oil. They just check that they're naturally occurring. And if they're not, they don't buy it. So that standard of quality is super important. But then the fact that they publish those results publicly, so they're transparent. You can see what each oil went through. And they don't just do it internally. They send it out to third-party testing sites to test their oils. So really, no, they're definitely what they say. So also, and this is a business person, this is super important, the retention rate is 65% of people reorder the essential oils within 6 months. Most direct selling companies, health companies, essential oil companies, measure how often people order per year, and the rate is 6 to 11% is the industry average. doTERRA's is 65%. What that means as a businesswoman is that once I help somebody understand the oils, buy the oils, use the oils, all which is part of your job, continuing education, 65% of them are going to continue to buy month after month. That's so huge. That's where that whole residual thing comes in, which, by the way, can you tell I don't know how to say residual, is that people are buying month after month after month. Now, the other thing I really liked about it is that most direct sales companies lead with a business opportunity. They start by talking to you. Oh, if you join and you get 5 people to join and do the business, and they get 5 people to do the business, then you'll make money. doTERRA is not like that. Your income comes from the people you're helping use the product. So most direct selling companies, they lead with a business opportunity first. Their product sales depends on the opportunity, and you sell the opportunity to do a business. Well, here's the thing, and this is why I was like really super against direct selling for a long time. Most people won't build a business, straight up. In my experience dealing with all kinds of makers and artists and authors and designers over the years, most people won't go through the steps and build a business. So I am not going to sell you an opportunity. The other thing is that most direct sales companies, over 90% of them, don't just start with the opportunity, but you have to decide ahead of time before you buy the product to do a business, and you have to buy a business pack, usually which is over $1,000. One friend did a cosmetics company that was over $2,000. Another friend did leggings, over $5,000 investment to even get started. doTERRA doesn't work like that. We start with the products. You use and love the essential oils. You are only ever going to buy and you're only ever going to purchase the essential oils you are going to use in your own life. And the products are totally amazing. I actually don't talk about the business that much. If you've been following me for a while, the last time I talked about the business was over 6 months ago, like publicly. When people ask me like one-on-one, we talk about it. But I don't do a lot of public webinars about it because start with the product. Love the product, become a complete, like fall in love with the essential oils and use them every day in your life, multiple times a day. Use the supplements, the lifelong vitality, and feel the difference in your own body. And then you are going to want to talk about them, but you don't have to, because like I said, most people won't build a business. And so I didn't want to sell any $1,000 products to somebody who's not going to actually do the business, and my income be entirely dependent on how much I can sell other people on investing in this opportunity that I know full well they're not going to follow through on. So doTERRA, you're only ever buying the products you use. When you sign up with an account, whether you decide to share the oils or not share the oils, you're getting the exact same kind of account, all the same benefits, whether you ever share the oils or not, and you're only ever going to need to buy what you want to use. There's no minimum package you have to buy to start sharing. And people will buy the products regardless if there's a business side of it. They buy it because they love it. And your job then is not to sell a business opportunity to people who aren't going to take you up on it. Your job is to educate people on how to be more well, to bring wellness and empowerment into their lives, to learn to be the healer in their own home. Isn't that awesome? So that's the job. And that I'm totally comfortable with. Selling an amazing product that I love, that's awesome. That, by the way, 65% of people continue to buy at least once every 6 months. And in our team, it's something more like, last time I checked, it was 78% of my customers buy every month or within 3 months. They come back within 3 months and buy more every 3 months. That's just awesome, right? That's amazing. So the other reason to go with them, so I talked about they're the largest essential oil company in the world. They're also the fastest growing. They're totally debt free. There's no investors or funding. So the business is built entirely on what's best for the business and what's best for the users. And the real thing, the thing that made me decide to partner with doTERRA is their commitment to caring and changing the world. So they create partnerships with growers, the people who grow and harvest the essential oils. They create partnerships with them, and they nurture developing economies by preserving agricultural traditions and teaching sustainable farming and harvesting. They have a program called Co-Impact Sourcing, and every oil that you get from doTERRA is sourced in this way. They work directly with the farmers and harvesters to not only make sure that the essential oils are harvested at the right time, but they're harvested sustainably so that it will continue to thrive the plants will continue to thrive year after year. The earth will continue to thrive. And those communities that rely on that essential oil as their income will continue to thrive. And then they also have a philanthropic arm, doTERRA Healing Hands, which goes to any third world country that they're sourcing in. doTERRA Healing Hands shows up and says, hey, what do you need? And provides for them what they need. And they also partner with a bunch of different organizations doing amazing things around the world, like Days for Girls, which supplies sanitary care packages for girls in countries where they don't have access to pads and tampons. They're reusable. They not only supply the pack, but they also go in and they teach, feminine hygiene, like how to take care of yourself and not fall ill so that the girls can continue to go to school and not have to miss school when they're on their period. They also work with our Underground Railroad, which takes children out of slavery. So child slavery is going on all over the world, and this organization works at saving kids from it, of actually pulling them out and providing them with lives, or placing them with adoptive families, or taking care of them, providing them with education. So you can find all of that out at Source to You, both about the testing and where the oils come from, the co-impact sourcing, the healing hands. There's so much information. There's so many awesome videos at sourcetoyou.com. But that's why I decided to work with them, because as I build a business, I am impacting not just the lives of the people who I'm sharing oils with, which that impact is huge. People feel less pain. People reduce their pain medication. People feel less feelings of anxiousness and sadness, and are able to stick with their habits and do what they want to do. Those are just some of the things that the customers I've had in the last year have done. Not only am I impacting their lives, but I'm also impacting the lives of the growers and the harvesters, creating a sustainable living for them and myself, creating health and wellness for the people I'm serving. Like, it just blows my mind. That's the level of helping. So if you're interested in that, if you want to do that, you have a couple of options. So I'm actually going to skip ahead and tell you that I have a business and I was looking for a business, but you actually have 3 options when it comes to sharing doTERRA, 3 kind of paths to go down, and you can change at any time. Like I said, other direct sales companies lock you into like a commitment of what you're going to do and what you're going to spend. With doTERRA, you can change it any minute. You can be using the oils. A lot of people use the oils for a year or 2, then decide to start to share, then build an awesome business. Tons of people, even more people, just share the oils with their friends and family. They just host a class that I come to and teach, or some of my teammates come to and teach, and they earn enough to get their oils for free each month. Other people decide I would make an extra $10,000 a year. Other people decide that they want to invest the time and energy to totally grow a business. So we're going to talk about what those 3 options are. But I just wanted to let you know, it's not like all or nothing, big business or nothing at all. There's a lot of different options. So what's involved, no matter what level you decide to do, is 3 simple steps. So the first, this is in this worksheet I'm going to show you, is that you use the oils. You use the oils. That's it. You use them and you love them and you learn about them and you fall in love with them and you create your own experiences with them. If you don't use them, then you don't ever tell people about them. Sometimes I get emails from people that are like, I think I want to do this as a business, but I don't know if I like them. And I'm like, well, get the oils first. Like, they haven't tried them. Get doTERRA essential oils, which are so completely different than other companies, because what we talked about with the purity and the testing and the sourcing, where the plant grows best. So get doTERRA essential oils, use them for 90 days. If you love them, then think about sharing and building. Other people know they love them and want to jump right in. So use the products first. The second step is to share the products. Literally share essential oils. Like, somebody has a headache, offer them peppermint to put on the back of their neck. Your friend in another state is having joint pain, send her some deep blue rub. That's what I mean by share, is help other people have the experience of using oils. And then the last thing is to teach others. So you teach, we have workshops all written up with scripts and outlines and PowerPoints if you want to use them, or slides if you want to do a webinar, handouts, free things you can give people in the class to follow along that has all the information on it that they need. You can literally read through the class outline, and that's how you teach people to use oils. these workshops or one-on-ones, I do a lot of them over coffee dates. You're teaching people what essential oils are, what's different about these oils, which I just kind of covered, and then the 3 ways to use oils: topically, aromatically, and internally. And then you talk to them about their health goals and what are they looking for help for. Then you use the book to look up what is the best oil for that. And you then, after you've taught them, if they want to buy, you show them the best way to purchase the oils that they want and save the most money. Those are the 3 steps. You use the oils, you share the oils, you teach others how to use the oils. So you're going to teach them to use the oils before they buy, and then you're also going to be teaching people to use the oils after they buy. So the other way that we sometimes talk about this is pipes. P is you prepare. You learn what you love in the oils, and you think about what your goals are. And at what level do you want to do this? That's prepare. Then you invite people to experience the oils, both through samples. And if they like the sample, then you invite them to learn more. This is a big thing. And this is actually really great for all, if you do any kind of sales in any kind of business, you don't start the conversation by trying to sell somebody something, ever. Nobody buys anything unless they see the value in it. So any sales job is actually helping people see the value and then them deciding if it's best for them or not. So a friend I have, she used to be in software sales, and she's like, what I did in software sales is I would learn who the customer was, go in, invite them. If they wanted to learn more about the product, go and teach them what the software products were, and then help them find the solution that was best for them. And they would decide if they wanted to buy it or not. And then I would follow up and provide education. With essential oils, it's the exact same thing. You're learning about what people need. You're giving them a sample so they can try it for themselves. We're then inviting them to learn more. If they want to, they will say yes. You will schedule a time or a class where you'll present, you'll teach them, you'll educate them on what essential oils are. If they decide to buy, you give them all the information they need to make an educated decision, and they make the decision. And then you help them sign up for the thing that's going to be best for them, which is called enrolling. Like you're helping people get their own whole member accounts where they're going to save 25% off. They don't need to ever share the oils to get those 25% off. There's no commitment. It's like having an Amazon account. If Amazon saved you 25% off everything all of the time, that just lets them order it and get it delivered through them. Notice what I'm not saying is you never carry any stock. You never stock up on oils and then sell them to people. That is a business model that has a lot of overhead and takes a lot of investment. You're going to buy the oils you use and you're going to share them with people. Like I literally started, most everyone who I've helped build a solid income from this has started with the 10 most popular oils and the diffuser, just 10 bottles of oils that they use and that they take to classes and one-on-ones and coffee dates with people, and they share their own oils with the person, and then that person signs up for their own kit of oils or a couple of oils or whatever they decide to go with. And then they have their own account that they can order again and again when they want, and you provide ongoing education. So you're going to prepare, learn, you're going to invite people to learn more after they experience it with a sample. Then you're going to present, you're going to teach them how to use the oils. If they want the oils, you're going to help them sign up, enroll in the way that's going to be best for them. And then you're going to support them. You're going to continue to support them with using the oils that they bought. In our team, we're super passionate about, you don't just make a sale and let the person go away. You help them use the oils they purchased. So we have, and I'll teach you how to do all this, by the way. We have meetings with people after they get their oils that says, hey, how are you liking those oils? Have you even opened the box yet? Let's go through each of these and talk about how you would use it in your life with your situation, your kids, your family, your health priorities. Let's create a daily plan for how you can use each of the oils you bought so you get the most out of them. And here's how you make the most out of your account. Here's how you log in. Here's how you reorder. We do all of that. By the way, if you get your oils with me, I'm going to do all that with you just to help you use your oils, because I don't want you to buy anything you're not going to use. So then we support them. And then another part of the support is not only those oil users, but you will have people who are like, I love these oils and I told my sister about it and she wants to get them. How do I do it? So then you're going to support her in sharing the oils, helping her learn pipes, and you're going to support her sister and her mom until she learns how to do it. You're going to help her provide the support for them so they know how to use their oils. And from there, it expands. Because here's the thing, 65% of people reorder the oils. All of those people are deeply and passionately in love with the oils. They absolutely love it. So you're going to help them use it. I'm going to check to see if we have any questions in the chat room. I just realized I minimized it, so I'm totally missing out on if I've got your questions. If you have a question, you can post it in the chat under this video. Okay, cool. Real quick. So does that make sense? Those are the steps. You're going to share, you're going to use, you're going to, I'm just checking real quick. Okay. You're going to share. No, you're going to use, you're going to share, you're going to teach. And to do that, you're going to actually give somebody an experience with the oils. They're going to like experience the oils themselves, either before you invite them to a class or once they're in a class. By the way, if you hear me say the word class and you're like, oh my gosh, I can't teach a class. Most classes are 3 to 5 people. But I and some of the fastest builders on my team do mostly coffee dates and one-on-ones. So I actually do a lot of webinars, social media, and then coffee dates with people. So that is not 3 to 5 people or 10 people or 20 people. I know when I first heard classes, I was like, the business classes I teach are anywhere from 20 to 100 people. So I was like, am I going to have to get 20 to 100 people to come to a class? How do I do that? No, you're going to get 2 to 3, or you're going to get 1. The first class I ever did, only 1 person showed up. You know what? I sat there. I taught her how to use the oils. She experienced the oils. I helped her figure out what would be the best option for her family if she decided to buy the oils. I have done classes where there are 3 people, all with breastfeeding babies. And I've done classes where there are, I think most is 6 or 7. But most of what I do is just a coffee date at my Starbucks with my bag of oils. We go through what their priorities are, what their goals are, how they would use the oils, and then we talk about what the best option is if they want to buy them. That's what the business is, over and over and over. Now, the outcome from that is money. It's compensation. So what I like about this company is that they have looked at all of the different ways a compensation plan could work, and they have put together the one that makes the most, turns into the most profit for your long-term business health for the sharer, for you, the person who's sharing these oils. And it also incentivizes collaboration, which I'm not going to go super into just because we could really get into the weeds about how all this works. But the gist of it is you are never building on your own. You are always building with me. That means education, support, accountability, mentoring. I provide that to everyone in my team, along with weekly calls, lessons. We have a much bigger team where there are also weekly videos and lessons. My team is all over Australia, the UK, France, Italy. I should have just said Europe, Norway, and also all over the US. So as you might know, I just recently was in LA, San Diego, Seattle, San Francisco, and Columbus, all teaching classes. And I will go basically anywhere where someone wants to host a class and they are wanting to start sharing the oils. I'm planning a trip in May to go all over the UK. So don't worry about location. I want to say that for sure. Now, how this actually works is, you have some options when you decide to share the oils. You can just get paid for your product. Like if you order $60, $100, $150 in oils each month, you can earn that by sharing them. And basically you'll get your products that you use totally for free. There are different levels of growth that you're going to go through, and they have an average income for each of those levels. So you basically can look at what your average income would like to be, and then we can talk about the level of work you need to do to reach that in what timeline, right? Because you might have a really big goal, but be okay with reaching it in 10 years. It's going to be much less work day to day than if you have a really big goal and you want to reach it in 2 years, like me. So any level, totally fine. Or you just might want to get your oils for free forever, which we can talk about how to do that. So the levels, if you look at it, is broken up by paying for your product. Actually, let me screenshot share this. If you're on Instagram, you're going to have to go watch this. Let me look over here. And hello to those of you who are watching. You can say hello in the chat room. Okay, so let's make this big and zoom in a little. So the first level is paying for your product. Let's go down here. It takes an average amount of work, 3 months to get to the elite level, which is earning an average of $300 a month. You hit that when you've helped 15 to 20 people get their oils, like learn about oils and get their oils. You earn an average of $300 a month. Then we move up to Premier. And this is just for the people who are interested in just like paying for their product. Premier, you're going to have helped about 25 to 30 people get their oils, and you're going to earn an average of $742 a month. Now, this is the actual averages. This isn't what they're saying you could earn. This is the actual averages of everybody who's doing it. So there are elites who earn $100 a month, and there are elites who earn $1,000 a month because they're all sharing at different levels. But this is the average of everyone who's at this level. Then silver. So I've helped 4 people get to silver. Silver is an average of $2,000 a month. There are 4 people in my team who are earning that or higher right now because they have helped. It's usually around 45 to 60 people get their oils. The average time to reach that is 18 months. My most recent silver, who I've helped get that, she did it in 6 months. So it says the average is 18 months, but you can totally do that in 6 months. And now she earns an average of $2,000 a month. Now, if you're interested in supplementing your income, you're going to look at the silver through diamond level. And it really depends on what your income is. Like for people in my town, like silver would replace their income, right? $2,000 a month it's about an average of most of my friends. So gold takes an average of 27 months and you make $4,000 a month. Platinum is $9,000 a month and it takes an average of 37 months. I hit platinum in 9 months of joining, and that's where I am now. So these levels, you're actually helping other people build their business. So not only are you continuing to share oils with people and hold classes, but you're also helping people that you're working with, like people that so like I shared with a massage therapist and she wants to share it with her clients. And so you're helping at the platinum level, 3 people get to silver themselves. So that's what I say when you're not ever building this alone, is you're helping other people reach their goals as well. And so if you want to earn an average of $9,000 a month, you're really looking at also helping other people reach their goals. And then diamond is an average of $16,000 a month. That's what I'm working on right now. I'm working on helping 4 people get to silver. So I've helped 4 get to silver, but I'm not quite there yet. And that takes an average of 42 months. And then if you are looking at multiplying your income far beyond what most people have ever earned, the blue diamond level takes an average of 58 months and you earn $37,000 a month. That's not a year. Like I didn't even ever have a day job that paid $37,000 a year. And then presidential diamond is $110,000 a month. It's an average of $1.3 million a year. And it takes the average person 71 months to reach that. So you make that money in a couple different ways. I'm going to stop screen sharing just so that I can talk to you face to face and I can see any questions you're asking. The fastest way that you make that money is fast start. And this is what I want you to focus on because this is what most people get right away. So fast start is paid every week. You get a check every week for whoever you shared oils with the week before. Anyone who buys anything in their first 60 days, you get 20% of it in commissions right away. So that means that I held a class at a yarn shop and she invited people, and I think 3 or 4 people enrolled right then. They signed up, they got kits. She earned, that new person, that was her first class she ever held, she earned 20% of what everybody ordered that day. And so, the average order is around $250. So she earned over $40 a person on 4 people. She got the check the next week. Anything else those people order for the next 60 days, she'll also get 20% on. And then as your team builds, you get power of 3 bonuses when you have 3 people who are making regular orders. And then what I also like, then there's Unilevel, which is your monthly commission off everybody in your team. But then this is the really awesome thing. So you also get leadership bonuses. So in your monthly check, once you hit Premier and above, so it's like one of the first ones we talked about, right? That takes people an average of 6 months to hit and earns an average of $742 a month. Premier and above, what doTERRA does is they take 7% of the global profits of their company and they break it into shares for everybody who's doing the business. So there's you get a 1% of that when you're a Premier or Silver. You get 2% when you're Silver, Gold, and Platinum, and then you get an extra 1% when you're Diamond, Blue, and Presidential. And then they have another pool of a percentage of their profit that they split out between Diamonds, Blue Diamonds, and Presidential Diamonds, which means as soon as you hit Premier, not only are you earning your own commission of the people you share the oils with, but the company is sharing their profits with you. You get a percentage of their profit every month. So that is when I said it incentivizes collaboration and teamwork, and like not, it's because the company believes in a mindset of abundance and not scarcity. So if there's someone else who's sharing doTERRA in my neighborhood or online and she is killing it, I'm not upset about that. I don't feel like, oh no, she's my competition, because what's she doing? She's helping the global profits of the company, and I share in the profits of that. So you share in the profits of the success, not only of the people within your team, but all over doTERRA. I love that. So they have a philosophy, this is especially big in their Australian team, called one tree, that we're all one tree. We're all one team working on this together. And you have access not only when you decide to build with doTERRA from my training materials, which I made a whole 60-day e-course that walks you through every single step of what we've talked about in deep detail with training and videos, examples, worksheets. Not only do you get my training, you also get my mentor, Leonie, her training, and you get training from people all over doTERRA. They actually have a whole section of their website with tons of free training, worksheets, guides. This that we're using is one of the many guides that they have to help you build your business. So all of that can be found at doTERRA.com, and our team's training, when you join our team, you get access to it right away. So that's how some of the compensation works. I didn't go deep into it because what I like to do is first ask people, what are you wanting to do? What are you wanting to earn? And what are you wanting to commit to? Then let's look at those ranks really as goals, those levels we talked about. Let's look at those as goals. And then what work do you have to do to hit that goal? It's exactly like what I teach my crafters and makers. You're going to take any goal and break it down into what are the steps you need to do. What is the level of commitment you need to have? So there is a section in this where we talk about what are you wanting to create in your life. So are you wanting to earn more to be debt-free? Which, by the way, they have this really cool program. I'm spacing on what it's called, but it's to help you get debt-free, and they actually give you bonuses when you get debt-free in certain areas, and they have a whole financial literacy program. Because doTERRA is like, we're going to provide you, we're going to empower you with the products and the business model and the training to make more than you've ever made before. But that is really not going to change your life unless you know how to manage the money. If you know how to get debt free, if you know how to invest it, if you know how to save for it, if you know how to create financial freedom for your family via investments. And then also charitable giving. There's a whole charitable giving campaign that you can partake in when you're part of the company. You can also not only donate your money to the Healing Hands Foundation, which I talked about earlier, you can also donate your time. So the Healing Hands Foundation, 100% of the donations to it go to do the actual work, because all of the admin and the worker time is volunteered through both doTERRA's employees, like doTERRA pays employees to do the admin on the charity, and people like me and you can donate our time to actually work within the different arms of the charity. So whether it's digging wells in South America, or building roads in the Amazon, or helping build the schools that they're building in Somalia, or working with one of their partner organizations like Days for Girls or Underground Railroad to help kids come out of the sex trade trafficking. You can donate your time to any of those, and doTERRA rewards that. So also, maybe what your life needs, not financial, maybe it's about working smarter. Maybe you want time freedom. Maybe you want to be working on your own projects. Or you want to do self-improvement. So I heard this a lot when I first joined, and I was like, what? But that doTERRA is a personal development company. It is not a product-based business. It's a personal development-based business. And this is, oh my goodness, so true. So not only do the essential oils help you actually be healthier and do the things you want to do and have energy and feel better, they also, building this even a little bit, sharing the oils, requires you to get out of your comfort zone. It requires you to do things you've never done before. It requires you to personally develop yourself. And all the things, all of the training we're going to talk about involves you not just learning the skills, but also learning the mindset and the beliefs that it takes to follow your own dreams. There's a huge bumblebee out my window. I wish you guys could see it. It's like this big. So it is, any business is going to challenge you and cause you to need to stretch beyond yourself. What I like about this business is that you are given mentorship and help and mindset tools to do that. You don't just have to figure it out on your own. So also, maybe what you want to do for your career is doing what you love, travel, education, service, spending time with your family, all of those things are within doTERRA. So I want you to think about what are the things that you are most wanting from your life that you're not having, and would this be a way of helping you get there? So I'm going to share my screen again to share this next thing. Oh, I maximized it. Hold on. Are there any questions? I'm going to check the chat room here in a minute. Let me share my screen. Actually, let's go. You can ask me on Instagram as well. If you're watching the recording on Instagram, go and leave me a direct message to ask your question. So let me just check. Okay. I might need to refresh this. Post your question in the chat below. If you're watching, I can see several of you are watching on my site. Okay, here. Now it's time to think about, do you want to do this? Like, do you want financial freedom? Do you want more time? Do you want to be able to travel? Do you want to do the personal development work and have me for free as your mentor? I mean, it's not free because you're going to have to work if you want to build a business, but it's free as in, as soon as you join, you get me as your mentor. And then at what level do you want to do it? So it's in any level. You can decide how much you want to work, how much time you want to put into it. The first option is just paying for your product. So that's the level, the elite, the premier, where you earn $300 to $750 a month, average. The investment needed for that, they say 3 to 5 hours a week. Honestly, most of the people I know who are doing this are doing it at 2 to 4 hours a week. And what that means is you're helping a couple people a month get their oils for free. And then over the course of 2 or 3 months, you're going to get your product paid for. You're going to get your essential oils and your, what's the word I'm looking for? Your supplements and your deep blue rub and your shampoo and your house cleaner. You're going to get all that paid for. You're going to earn enough to get it paid for if you're sharing the oils with anywhere from 5 to 10 people a month. If you're sharing it with 5 to 10 people a month, you're going to get everything paid for in just a month or two. If you're doing a little less than that, it's going to take a little longer. So it's going to get you to around $700 a month in 6 months, spending 2 to 4 hours a week. Or you can choose to supplement your income. Like basically where I live, this is creating an income alongside your whatever your regular day job is. So anywhere from $700 to $4,000 a month. And the investment needed is around 10 hours a week. And what you're going to look at doing is sharing the oils with 4 customers a month. Actually, sharing the oils with anywhere from 5 to 10 people a month and getting 4 to 8 customers a month and helping at least one person share the oils with somebody else. Now, again, we don't focus on the building, we don't focus on the business opportunity, but of those 4 customers a month, people will want to share. So you offer them that option. And often what that looks like is they host a workshop for their friends and family and you come teach it. So that's what that means. So you're going to not just share it with your friends and family, but you're also going to go help other people share it with their friends and family because they will love the oils. They will want to share them. And you can hit those goals that like $700 a month in 6 to 9 months. You can be gold, which is $4,000 a month, which I don't know about you, but my last day job, that's double what I made my last day job. And that will take 1 to 2 years. Now, again, this is the doTERRA average. In our team, all of this is sped up People are hitting elite in 1 to 2 months. They're hitting silver in 6 months, and they're hitting gold in 9 months. I hit platinum in 9 months, and I'm going to be diamond within a year. And that's an average of $16,000 a month. So that's this third option where you are replacing your income. That's going to need an investment from you of 15 to 30 hours a week, learning, inviting, presenting, teaching workshops, and helping people buy the oil and supporting them. And what that looks like. So to hit diamond in 1 to 3 years, earn an average of $16,000 a month, is looking at enrolling, like helping people get their own account, 8 people a month, and helping around 2 people share their oils. Some of those people are going to go on to decide to replace their own income, and that's what it means on this thing where it says builders, is people who are deciding to replace their income. So these are all averages. What this really looks like is if you want to pay for your product, you're going to hold or teach 1 workshop a month. I'm going to stop sharing. Okay. So to earn an average of a couple $100s a month within the next couple months, you're going to hold 1 to 2 workshops a month, which, like I said, we have scripts, we have guides, we'll help you invite people, we'll teach you how to do all of that. 1 to 2 workshops a month. If you want to supplement your income and earn an average of $700 to $4,000 a month, you're looking at doing 4 to 5 workshops a month. It's like a workshop every week, which, by the way, the most successful, fastest builders do a workshop every week at the exact same time in the exact same place. It's just always on the schedule. They're always inviting people to it. When people can't make it, then you meet them for a coffee date. So when I say 4 workshops, that might actually be 3 workshops and 3 coffee dates. That's usually what it ends up being for me. And then if you want to replace your income really quickly, you want to hit that diamond income of $16,000 a month in a year, you're going to be doing 6 to 8 workshops and one-on-ones. Now, depending on how effective you are, which, by the way, will teach you the skills to get more and more effective, you might not need to do as many workshops, but if that's your goal, that's what you want to lock into as your commitment. Like, you need to be willing to do 8 workshops a month. If you want to get, so diamond, the average is $200,000 a year. If you want to hit that level of income, you should look at committing to doing 6 to 8 workshops a month, every month until you hit it. The fact is, things are going to go up. People aren't always going to show up. You're going to do a lot of coffee dates instead of classes, but that is what you want to look at to hit that level. So I like to be really honest with people about the investment of time upfront. None of this is investment of money, right? You're going to buy the oils you want to use and then invest this time sharing them. What most people choose to do is start out slow and build up. Other people who are in a situation that they really want to get out of and they really need to change their situation, either for their well-being or for their, because they're in debt or because they're in an unhappy marriage or because they're not feeling like they're getting any fulfillment out of what they're doing, they commit to the higher level because they want to change their life more quickly, but it's entirely up to you. Everything I've talked about, the resources, the guidance, the accountability is available for you at whatever level you choose, whether you just want to get your products for free or you want to create a whole income. So next steps, post your question if you have it. Now is the time to post your question and I will answer them. Your next steps are to think about so here's the thing. The first thing, this is your first next step. If you don't have your oils yet, get some essential oils. Not any essential oils, doTERRA essential oils. I'm going to post a link below this video about how you can get the oils. If you're on my site, just go to the Start Here page. It walks you through how to order. I recommend that you start with a Home Essentials Kit. So the Home Essentials Kit has the diffuser that's behind me, the petal diffuser, which is awesome, plus the 10 most popular oils. Anything that anyone has, any issue that you have, pain, your kids are sick all the time, allergies, anxious feelings, sad feelings, wanting to build new habits, wanting to go to the gym, replacing your toxic household cleaners, all of those will be solved, will be dealt with in the Home Essentials Kit. So if you have those 10 oils, you can help anyone with anything. You can help yourself with anything. You can become the healer in your own home. Or if you want to get started with the supplements, I'd start with the Natural Solutions Kit. It's the most popular product, and it is the thing that caused me the most difference in my energy levels. I could not run 2 businesses without the Lifelong Vitality and the Deep Blue Rub and the Serenity and the Balance. All of those are in that Natural Solutions Kit. So if that's the right fit for you, check out that. Those are the only 2 things that I'd start with, one or the other. And then you start sharing the oils with people. So your first step is to get your oils following the links that I'll share below this video. The second step is to let me know. Or if someone invited you to this video, let them know. If you're watching this on Instagram, the Instagram video is about to end, send me a direct message. If you want to share the oils with people and you don't have any oils yet, send me a message and I'll help you get the kit that's the right fit for you. And we'll help you figure out what your goals are. If you want to get your oils for free, you want to just get your kit for free, I can help you do that. If you want to totally replace your income, I can help you do that too. I've already helped 4 people do that in the last year, plus myself. So I guess that's 5. So just send me a message on Instagram, okay? Have a great day, guys. Okay, so I had to end the Instagram video. Now for you guys. There'll be a link below this with information about getting your oils. If you already have your oils, talk to the person you got oils with. So that might most likely me. It could be someone else on my team, someone else that's a total stranger to me. Go to them and say, hey, I want to start sharing these oils. How can you help me? If it's me, I'm going to put a contact form. Actually, do I have one on my website? Yes. Click on contact, fill out the form, tell me what you're interested in. I have positions available in my like mentoring schedule in my life, basically. I have positions available for people who want to do it at every level. I have one in particular position of 2 positions available for people who want to replace their income, want to, like what we talked about, the big levels, want to hit a diamond income in a year. It is my mission to help 6 women hit diamond in the next year, in 2018. So if you want to commit to that level of learning, growth, and sharing the oils, and you want to challenge yourself to do something that is going to challenge you in so many ways to be a stronger, more courageous, more confident person, let me know that you're interested in that. If you just want to get your oils for free because you think it would be fun to share these with your loved ones, or you just have somebody in particular who wants to get the oils from you, tell me. I'll help you do that as well. But so you know, I do have 2 positions available for people who want to hit diamond in the next year. I'm going to help you do that every single day. You'll basically become my new best friend. You can ask Cece. She's just recently become my, we chat all the time. And also Heather. I think Heather might be watching this as well. So for those of you who are interested in doing that and you're ready to commit, let me know. If you think, I don't know if I could commit right now, but I might want to commit in 6 months. A lot of people message me and are like, oh no, I'm afraid. What if I don't want to do it right now, but I want to do it in 6 months? That's cool too. I'm here for the long haul. I'm going to be helping people hit that diamond level for the next 5 to 10 years because I love helping women get time and financial freedom in their lives so that they can make any decisions they want to make about where you live, about how you spend your time, about who you help, about like what you do and what, just all of that, what your family does, what your partner does, what your kids are able to do. I want to help you get that time and financial freedom. So whether you want to be one of the 2 people I'm working with right away, or whether you want to work on it in 6 months, it all works out. You got to get and fall in love with your oils first though. Oh, I wanted to say this too. So in the past week, 2 people have messaged me, or actually messaged a friend and said they learned about essential oils from me and my podcast, and they were looking for someone to help them build the business locally. I totally get that. Here's the thing. Not everybody is invested in the business in the same level, and not everybody provides the same business help and advice. So if you want to meet your local doTERRA person, absolutely do it. Go to a class, meet them, see if you jive with them, see if you want to work with them day in and day out. I always say, pick the team and pick the teammate. Get your oils from the person you want to spend the next 5 years hanging out with. Not hanging out with every day, but like we're going to go to convention together in Salt Lake City. Convention is awesome. I'm going to go into the convention in Europe. I travel and teach workshops with anybody who's interested in teaching workshops with me or hosting workshops for me to teach. So we're going to see each other. We're going to hang out online. And The same thing is true if you decide to join with somebody locally. So the doTERRA policy is you sign up with a person who introduced oils to you. So if that's me, sign up with me. But if you want to go explore your local options, go and see, is this person have a kind of business that I want to have? Do I like them and respect them and want to spend lots of time with them? Do I want to learn with them? Because if you do sign up with someone not on my team, I'm not going to be your business mentor. Like that's just how that works. I'm saving my time and my energy for the people that I'm working with who are on my team. So I'm totally okay with you doing whatever you choose to do, but that's how you want to think about it. So I've had people send me and ask me those questions. There's a cardinal outside my window looking at me. So that is what you want to keep in mind is, do you respect them? Do you want to work with them? If not, know that just because I'm not local to you doesn't mean that I won't come and help you build where you are. Also, if you want to build at all online, you need to ask the people you're thinking about building a business with, ask them if they're comfortable doing it online. And here's the thing. If you're here because anyone in my team invited you, Nicola, Brittany, Susan, Rebecca, Lorraine, Rowena, there's so many, Jolie, Cece, Heather, if any of them invited you or people I didn't even name, ask them if they're on my team. If they're on my team, you're going to get all of the things I talked about. You're going to get my help building it online and in person. You're going to get me traveling to help you do workshops. You get that no matter who on my team you came here through. Okay? So, and the same is true for you. If you're thinking like, well, I want to help people build their business, everybody you help is going to have access to me and the trainings I've created as well. What I mean when I say we're all on one team, we're all doing this together. So if you have questions, send them to me. Go up, fill out the contact form on my page. If you're watching this on YouTube, you can leave a comment. Leave me your email address so that we can actually talk outside of the YouTube comments, because a lot of those get marked as spam. If you have any questions, let me know. If you are sharing the business with others, what I went through is exactly how I talk about the business with everybody I talk to in person as well. So I hope this helped you with that. That's it. I don't see any more questions. So I'm going to check again in Facebook, and it looks like we're good. All right. So you guys have an excellent day. I hope that this helped. If this didn't answer your question, if you have a different question about what this business is about, send me a message. If you are ready to start sharing, whether you have your oils or not, send me a message. The only way you get started, like this, we can't kind of automate this, is you need to tell me you want to get started, and then I can help you. Tell me or tell the person who invited you. If you don't have oils yet, go back to the person who invited you and get your oils from them. They will help you figure out what is the right thing for you right now, and they're going to help you use the oils, whether you ever share them with someone else or not. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you guys have an excellent, excellent day. Bye-bye.